Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Today I am getting ready for the day while testing out some new luxury products, including the 04 Tweed Brun A Rose eyeshadow palette from Chanel. And this is the first in a series of 4 videos where I'll be demonstrating the new Tweed palettes. It would make a lot of sense if I started at 01 and then moved down numerically. However, I think this color story will be a better match for the new Gucci blush that I purchased this weekend. And I also have another new product here. This was sent to me complimentary from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the new Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I didn't realize I had this until I finally opened the box. So they sent over shade 4.5 Fair. I don't know if this is going to work, but fingers crossed. We're going to start by priming my eyelids with this concealer. According to Sephora.com, this is a creamy, skin-like, medium to full coverage concealer that visibly conceals, brightens, and lifts eyes and face. It's available in 30 waterproof shades with up to 16 hours of wear. It has a radiant finish, and key ingredients include hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and golden vitamin C. Based on the texture and just the feel of it, it reminds me a bit of that new Too Faced concealer that I love so much. So we'll test it out. I usually like my concealer to be pretty light because I'll use it to brighten the under eye. So I'm not sure if this is going to be light enough. I imagine I can make it work. It looks really pretty on the lid. I like how it kind of smooths and color corrects, but it doesn't look really heavy. Charlotte Tilbury has always been known for her complexion products, with the exception of concealer. I know some people really like her original concealer. I don't hear that many people talking about it. I've never been a huge fan of it. The Hollywood Flawless Filter, the powders, the foundations, all get high marks, but the concealer has never been one of her best products. So hopefully this will kind of solve that problem. Looks nice, looks very natural. So far, so good. We have a nice smooth base for eyeshadow. I'm starting with a BK Beauty 202 brush, and I'm going into this top corner right here. This is not the first time I've played around with this eyeshadow palette. I actually used it last week on Thursday, I believe, for the first time. And I really liked it. I love the shades of this palette so much. I just think they are so user-friendly, very wearable. You kind of look at them, you know exactly what to do. So I didn't use this palette in my initial review. It certainly deserves to have its own moment. So this shade has more of a satin finish. It's not quite matte, but it's not really metallic. Even if you don't have this eyeshadow palette or you have no interest in the Tweed Collection from Chanel, you can definitely recreate this look using other eyeshadows that you have on hand. The shades are not revolutionary. I think most people have a neutral to cool toned eyeshadow palette already in their collection, but what makes the Tweed Collection so special is the tweed pouch, the tweed pocket, which is classic Chanel. They went with classic Chanel colors. These are really going to be staples in any makeup collection. I picked up a Sephora Pro Crease number 19 brush, and I'm going to dip into this corner shade up here, and I'm going to add a little depth to the outer V. You can see this color is a gradual step up from that original shade. I really like the texture of these eyeshadows. You can tell it's a different formula from the traditional eyeshadow palettes from Chanel. They're very smooth and creamy, and they're packed so tight so you really don't get any fallout on the cheeks. I'm going back quickly with my original brush, and I am just blending those two together. This is still meant to be very soft. With the same Pro 19 brush, I'm going into the deepest corner shade down here, and I'm going to add a little bit more depth. But I'm really keeping this nice and low in the outer V, outer lid space. These shades blend so well together. They aren't patchy at all. They're very easy to work with. It's worth noting that the Chanel makeup aesthetic, the overall aesthetic of the brand, is much softer, more of a French style of makeup. If you look at Chanel beauty campaigns and you compare them with really popular artistry brands like Pat McGrath Labs, Natasha Denona, Danessa Myricks, they are so different. There's really not a true comparison to be made, in my opinion. It's like apples and oranges. One is not good or bad, one is not better than the other. They're just different styles of makeup, and I do think you have to take that into consideration. Personally, I like them both, but in my everyday life, I don't wear a lot of glitter, graphic liner, neon, or pastel colors, so I prefer to work with Chanel products, and I really like the look of their campaigns and the makeup looks that you can create with their products. If you look at their website, We Love Coco, the Chanel Beauty Instagram page, and even just the work of their global artists. Now I can definitely see a little fallout on my cheeks. Not a lot, and it's not a big deal because that's why I started with eyes first. But with the finger, I am going to pick up this sparkly shade for the lid. This is such a pretty color, and it's very creamy, but it's meant to be a little bit lighter. So if you want it to be very sheer, I would use a brush. If you want a little bit more color, you could use maybe even the sponge that comes in the palette. But if you want it to be a bit more intense, just go ahead and use your finger. And this is going all over the lid. If you wanted it to be really opaque and sparkly, you could even wet your brush. But I kind of like it how it is. Doesn't look like chunky glitter, but it definitely has a lot of sparkle to it. More like a true metallic. Before I clean up my cheeks, I'm going back into this shade right here with my 19 brush, and I am just going to clean up this outer V area, a little bit on top of the crease. I just applied a little eye cream, and I am going to very carefully, very gently just clean up the under eye. We do have some flakes. For now, I'm moving on to the face. I know it looks a little bit funny when the eyes are done first, but it looks exactly how I would expect it to look right now. And for foundation, I pulled out my Le Beige Healthy Glow Hydration and Longwear Foundation. It's been a while since I've used this. And my Chanel shade is B30. I recently pulled out all of my Chanel foundations because I'm working on a foundation roundup video, but it's nice to be able to wear the foundation all day, all of them, kind of go through them. Some of the formulas that I don't wear that often, just to kind of remind myself what they're like. This is one I really like. It is very hydrating, so it's great for anybody with normal or dry skin. I would say medium buildable coverage. I think this would be a really nice everyday foundation for somebody who likes a little bit more coverage. And now I am really going to put this concealer to the test. This is Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Concealer in the shade 4.5 Fair, which does look light enough. Should give me a little brightness. We'll see if it oxidizes. When I felt it on the back of my hand, it felt pretty thin, but now looking at it on my face, it looks pretty opaque. Like more full coverage than I had expected, but let's see. Oh, you know what? When you go to blend it out, it actually is more medium. Looks nice and bright. I like it a lot. Wow, that looks really nice. And that was fast. That was very fast. Okay, other side. This Since it's the first time I'm trying this concealer, I'm just blending it out like I normally would. Not doing anything fancy. I'm not going to let it kind of sit and dry down because I just want to see what this texture is like and see how it works with my skin. It might not look like I have a lot of lines, and I don't have deep set wrinkles, but I'm 35. I definitely have fine lines around my eyes. So concealers do tend to crease on me, although this is looking very smooth. I've never really been fussed over the Charlotte Tilbury concealers, so I didn't go out of my way to purchase this, and I put myself on a no-buy, but oh my goodness, this looks really good so far. I'm going to see how it wears throughout the day, and I will pin a comment if I see anything crazy. If it starts creasing or looks really bad later on, I will make sure to let you know. But right now, it looks amazing. I really like how smooth and perfected and not cakey it looks. I also think it seems to be a really good combination with the foundation. That matters as well. Sometimes the concealer might not be the problem. It might just be the concealer and the foundation are like oil and water. They don't mix. This looks perfectly blended together. I don't have a new bronzer, so I pulled out my 392 Soleil Tan Medium Bronze Cream Bronzer from Chanel. Lord knows I have 4 of these in my drawer, and I am desperate to finish at least one of them this year. Not sure if I can do it, but I am going to do my best. I don't know about you, but we had a very calm and relaxing Labor Day weekend. We really did not do much. We made the trek out to the outlet mall, my favorite outlet mall, what I would consider to be the best outlet mall. It's definitely the best outlet mall that I have ever been to. I think it's better than the Orlando outlets, the shops at Sawgrass Mills, because they have the colonnade section. I know I've vlogged about it in the past, and I have mentioned it before. They have all of the designer stores like Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Saint Laurent, Dolce & Gabbana, what else? They basically have everything. And they have a Saks off 5th, Neiman Marcus. Parking wasn't that bad. And I found some amazing deals I am going to share with you later on this week. I'm waiting for one other package to arrive. Something else I purchased on sale. So once that arrives, I'll share my haul with you. But I always pride myself on picking up the best deals in the mall. It's not about quantity, it's all about quality. I always think it's so exciting to find a hidden gem. Something really discounted. So I was able to pick up some pretty good stuff this weekend. And I didn't really plan to shop very much. But a bargain's a bargain. Sometimes the deal just finds you and you can't resist. That's kind of what happened. For powder, today I'm using an old favorite. This was sent to me complimentary from Laura Mercier, and it's been a while. This is the Secret Brightening Powder for under eyes in shade 1. I love this powder, or at least I used to really love it. I cannot tell you how many of these little powders I've gone through in my lifetime. Several. Because even years ago when I first started working at Nordstrom, this is what I used. So I'm excited to open this again. And what I like is that it's stark white, it's very finely milled. I personally prefer this, I would say, to the translucent powder. Let's see if it's as good as I remember. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I love it. Completely flat. It is white, but it's kind of translucent-ish. I think even if you had a really deep skin tone, as long as you like a bright under eye, you could use this to set your under eye. And it just melted right in. But definitely looks a lot better than this eye. This looks a little bit too greasy, a little bit too dewy. This looks perfect. And it's Florida, so as soon as I walk outside, I'm gonna look like this again. So we need to at least start with this. I know it is the unofficial end of summer, start of fall season. It does kind of feel like that now for some reason. It's still 90 degrees outside. And I still need to pick up some fall candles. I need to go to Bath & Body Works and restock my wallflowers. But I'm ready. Mentally, I'm ready for fall now. After much indecision and deliberation, I finally picked out a Gucci blush, and I'm so glad I waited for this to be available at Sephora because I did have one leftover gift card for my birthday, so I ended up using that. But I'm also really glad I went to my local Sephora and I saw them in person because the shade I ended up picking up is not the shade I went to the store to purchase. I thought I was going to pick up Sweet Peach, but this is 03 Radiant Pink. A very beautiful, happy, vibrant pink. They were all really beautiful, and it's not to say I won't pick up more in the future. Maybe I'll pick up another Gucci blush during the holiday savings event, but I'm kind of moving past this idea that when a product launches, I need it in every possible shade. There are a ton of reviews already out there, so you probably already know this, but the Gucci blushes come in a bit of a smaller compact. It's smaller than the powders and the bronzers, and it does not come with any velvet protector. Not a huge deal. I do like the overall look of the compact. I love the gold star design with the gold Gucci logo. It feels kind of weighted. One thing Gucci has done magnificently with their rebrand is packaging. Everything they come out with looks amazing, aesthetically pleasing, built for Instagram. I mean, this is a beautiful blush. And it's nice and thick. It doesn't say it's refillable on the box, but lo and behold, if you look at the bottom of the compact, there is a little hole in there where you could stick a pin and probably pop this little blush right out. But I don't know if that's a huge deal either, since even the refillable packaging doesn't seem to have refills yet. I hope this is refillable, and I hope Gucci does come out with refills for their powders, bronzers, and blushes. That way you can hold on to this compact. With my blush brush, I'm going to go ahead and pick this up and apply it to the cheek. Oh, wow. It's soft, but you can easily build it up, and that's pretty pigmented. So pretty. I love this shade. It's just kind of the perfect happy pink. It looks pretty matte to me. I wouldn't call it luminous, although it's not really a flat matte either. It just looks very natural. Kind of has the perfect finish. One last step to finish the complexion, and then we can move on to finish the eyes highlighter. This I picked up last year on sale. I waited. I didn't pick this up when it first launched. But this is the Givenchy highlighter. So pretty. And I actually really like the sponge that comes with it. It's pretty bright, so I'm just going to lightly diffuse with a brush, and I'm not going to apply very much. But it has this really pretty rose gold. Oh my gosh. That's being very light-handed. Has a really pretty rose gold undertone. You can use it on the eyes, the face, the body. I ended up being so happy I purchased this. I don't remember where. I think maybe from Nordstrom, Neiman Saks. One of the department stores had a sale pretty soon after it launched, which is a great lesson to learn. You don't always have to pick things up immediately. Occasionally, depending on the brand and the item will sell out really quickly. But sometimes with holiday stuff, you can wait. Pat McGrath Labs is one of those brands. If you're interested in the holiday collection, but you can hold out, get it on sale. Time to finish the eyes. I'm going back in our 04 palette, and I picked up a little smudger brush, and I'm going into that initial shade, and I'm going to buff this beneath the lower lash line. If I wanted something a little bit deeper, smokier for evening, I could go in this shade or even the darker shade down there. Since this is going to be a daytime soft glam, I'm just going to pick up the lightest shade in the palette. It's a good place to start. I filled in my eyebrows, did a little brown liquid eyeliner on the top lash line, and I've come back for mascara because I have another new formula here to try. This is the Louis Hypnose from Lancome. It's a sculptural volume, serum-infused volumizing mascara, and I am working on a campaign with them, not for YouTube. So this was sent to me complimentary, but even before they sent this over, I've read so many recommendations for this mascara. People are saying it's amazing, so I was really excited to sign up to try it out. This packaging is unreal. It's beautiful. The Hypnose Drama mascara from Lancome has always been my go-to favorite. This feels very heavy. It feels really weighted. It's like a little sculpture. I like how wispy the little bristles are. I'm so curious. I don't typically love an hourglass wand, but we'll see. So far, so good. It's pretty easy to get the inner lashes. Very pretty. I love the fact that it has a serum inside. The wand is really easy to hold because it's kind of flat. It just feels really good in the hand. Oh, and the bottom lashes are really easy to get. The lashes do not look clumpy at all. They look really separated and very long. I'm surprised they say this is a volumizing and not a lengthening mascara because I feel like my lashes look twice as long. They also look voluminous as well, but I like it. Very fluffy. I really like the mascara. I would say I was impressed, but I have pretty high expectations of Lancome mascara. The Definicils is one of the best-selling mascaras ever. They have some really incredible formulas. It's beautiful. I love the way it looks on the lashes. And I really like how easy it is to hold that wand. They look nice and separated. One of the better mascaras I've tried recently. Oh my goodness. They look so long. I can't believe it. For lips, I want to finish with one of the new Chanel nude lipsticks, so I'm going to go in with my Beige Natural Lip Liner from Chanel. This is the perfect lip liner. Today I pulled out 194 Sensibilité. This is the lightest, pinkiest nude of the fall collection. It's so pretty. It's a really great everyday pinky nude. Kind of think since we used the Brun A Rose palette, I would go with the pink. I do like a lip gloss, so I'm going to top that off with just a little bit of In the Buff lip gloss from Tom Ford. This is such a pretty nude everyday lip gloss. Perfect. I think it goes perfectly with the cheek and then the eye. I like it. My makeup for the day is now complete and I am so happy with the way it turned out. I kind of thought I would be because I love this eyeshadow palette. Even before I tried it on the eyes at first swatch, I knew this was going to be perfect. It's kind of a great every single day palette. I imagine you could take this a bit more dramatic and go really smoky if you concentrated in the deeper shades. But I kind of think the beauty of this palette is that it's neutral. If you prefer cool toned neutrals, if eyeshadows tend to pull really warm, really orange on you, you are going to love this. It reminds me a bit of a very condensed version of that 9-Pan Les Beige palette that we always talk about. We reminisce because it was so beautiful. A very small Natasha Denona Glam palette. The finished look I think is very sophisticated, very wearable, kind of office appropriate, evening appropriate. It's a nice soft daytime glam. It's super flattering. The shades were really easy to blend, not a lot of fallout. So I think the palette is a 10 out of 10. Is it the most unique eyeshadow palette that I own? No, absolutely not, but we knew what we were getting into. I am so impressed with this concealer. Oh my goodness, my under eye looks so smooth. I probably would have purchased maybe potentially a lighter shade, but I think it works. Doesn't give me a ton of brightness, but it definitely covers. I don't have any darkness underneath my eyes. Everything looks really smooth. I haven't had so much as touch right beneath my eye, which I usually do in these tiny little creases on the inside there. I'll kind of just tap, tap, tap with my finger and then they go away. But I haven't had to do that even one time. So I'm very impressed with this new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. She did it, finally. I had tons of faith in Charlotte Tilbury. She is the queen of complexion products. So I'm happy that they now have an incredible concealer. I'm going to wear it throughout the day, but right now, wow, really beautiful. And the Gucci blush. This is such a pretty color. It's kind of the perfect happy pink. It looks nice and vibrant at the moment. We'll see how this wears throughout the day as well. But I'm really happy with the shade I picked out. I don't really think you can go wrong. They have a beautiful shade selection. But if you're looking for just a bright, happy, everyday pink shade, then the 03 Radiant Pink. It truly is a radiant pink. And I really like the finish. The compact is beautiful. And then this Lancome mascara. This is, I believe, the only other new product I tried today. I really like it. My eyelashes look really separated, voluminous, they look really long, and it was very easy to get the inner lashes and the bottom lash line, so I'm a huge fan of this. It's very impressive packaging. It feels amazing, very luxurious. And that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked seeing this palette in action. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And I want to go ahead and tell you what is on the schedule for the week. Hopefully I will get around to filming and editing these videos. So next I'm working on my Chanel foundation roundup. There are 12 foundations and I want to make sure I'm as thorough as possible. So fingers crossed that will be up before the end of the week. I'm also working on my fall fragrance video as well as a fragrance organization. I'm desperate for some help over there in the corner on my shelf. And then I also want to share my Labor Day weekend sale haul with you. I'm waiting on, I think, 1 or 2 packages to arrive, and it's not a lot, but I did find some really great deals. So that is what I have planned. If you have any video ideas, anything that you would love to see, drop me a comment. I love reading your recommendations. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.